Welcome back, Lazio fans. Once again, I'm Michael DiMancio. Need not despair, I haven't abandoned this project of a weekly recap of our favorite club in Rome. It's just that post-production of last week's visuals are just taking a little longer than expected. So all you Laziale on the forum who enjoy movie editing, give me a shout. I'm Baggio10 on LazioForever.com if you feel like lending a hand into putting the club's video footage from the bar last Sunday together. I've had a couple espressos and I'm ready to get down to business. On that note, I personally want to thank all those who made it out to Curva Nord Bar last Sunday. Your presence was noticed and greatly appreciated regardless of the result. A special thanks goes out to Dave, who christened another member into our Lazio family with a gift of his jersey. That lucky fan that just happened to be my cousin, so thanks a lot, Dave. You made his day, you made mine. Thanks a lot. Personally, some lines between Sunday's derby loss and today's draw with Genoa are starting to concern me. It's as if these groups of players this season are in a struggle within themselves if they want to be contenders or pretenders. There's a definite division between mentalities. Not so much dissension among the players, but rather division. What I'm saying is if such players are going to come out and land claims such as, our goal is to make the Champions League, or we could challenge for the Scudetto. Show us, each and every Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, some of these players are definitely showing us that will and desire to be the best. But some just seem to be content on doing the bare minimum. I've developed a list of people I believe that are starting to be models in each category. Some you might agree with, some not so. So please leave your comments as to what you think regarding this topic on the forum, which I will set up once this is posted. This list is not based on one player's technical abilities versus another's, because I'm not here to bash someone's skills. Saying Maquinoa stinks or we need to get rid of Manfredini, these are known facts, so this is not about them. It's about the players who in the past have proven to be some of Seria's elite, and so far this season have shown either little or no consistency. These guys I'm referring to are Christian Ledesma and Goran Pandev. The latter you might be more shocked with. I'm not here to make enemies already, but every Sunday it's important to pay attention to detail rather than the final outcome if you were to seriously analyze something. And for me, Pandev seems to be wandering right now on the fringes of the field and finding himself in no man's land. And this is only recently. I'm not saying all season long he's been poor, but compared to some of the great things he did last season, he's below par. Yes, he scored 5 goals this season, but if we're comparing stats, we would say Goran is having a fantastic year and Christian Brocchi was a waste of money. Quite the contrary, I think. By Pandav's standards, I think he's playing well below what we saw last year. He hasn't scored since the end of October against Chievo, when really that goal was the result of hard work by Zarate down the flank and really was just a tap-in. His disappearing act came to a head today when he was substituted after 45 minutes of essentially not touching the ball. His body language to me in the derby was disgusting, and he never really convinced me that he was going to score after those 2 amazing chances that he had. Now you can blame Zarate, as actually Goran came out and said that he holds on to the ball for too long. But when Lazio gets frustrated because they can't crack defenders after 45 minutes or even longer against such teams as Catania, we saw it today against Genoa, I don't see Pandev coming back to the center field to try to pick up the ball and try to create something or a different sort of build-up. Let's not mistake anything here. Pandev will score again, it's a certainty. But when is he going to work hard to make these runs and do the necessary little things rather than arguing with the officials that he got hacked from behind, which more often than not results in a cynical booking for him. And you saw, he got suspended before the derby. It was needless. Maybe it's a confidence issue, maybe not. I'm not looking for goals from him, but if you're going to get yanked after 45 minutes, you're definitely doing something wrong. So, obviously, Delio Rossi's noticed it. I've noticed it. Tell me what you guys think. Goran, I think you need to improve. When it comes to poor body language, look no further than Christian Ledesma, Lazio's joke of a vice-captain. All season long, a willingness to attack or be creative has been flushed out of this guy's head. And every week we ask ourselves, why in God's name is this guy on the field? Let's be honest, Dabo is not near his abilities, but I can honestly say with confidence I trust Ousmane Dabo as a team player and as someone who puts the team before himself over the self-righteous Ledesma, who's reproducing bitterness from contract disputes into poor form, something for me that's unacceptable as a fan. His stupidity was once again evident last Sunday when he dove into the back of Julio Baptista, fully knowing he was on a yellow. And you know what, guys? The fans knew it, I knew it, everybody knew he was an idiot for it. No one whistled or jeered against the referee in the Curva Nord. It was just a collective ma. This guy just basically is disgusting. It's funny to think that just 2 years ago, this same character scored one of the greatest goals in the Rome Derby's history, and now, in the same type of game, would rather shorthand the same club into trying to attack with one less man. It's a true shame, and I can honestly say it was a breath of fresh air not to see you on the pitch today, Christian. To paraphrase what a famous Lazio player once said, I may not be the best player on the field, I may make a mistake, but the fans always know that I never, ever give up. He was Paulo Di Canio, and he always played with heart. Luckily, we are blessed this season with a lot of players this year who play with heart. But lately, I need to point out the heart, and more so the grinta, that Steven Lichtsteiner brings to the field every week. This fullback gets stuck in on every challenge he makes. When attacking, he'd rather progress the attack rather than look to be fouled. And his body language tells me he always wants more out of himself, and he's willing to push himself to get it. Mauro Zarate. He's become our saint. Where he goes, we go. This guy is as old as me and makes me wonder, what the hell have I been doing with my life? Zarate, you are class, you are skill, and you are creativity. Keep doing what you're doing, sir. Pasquale Foggia, idiocy kept you out of the derby. I don't care what kind of mouth you have Monday to Friday during training. Your feet do the talking when you step on the pitch Saturday and Sunday. And your dribbling skills are fantastic, and your passion is never missing. I can't fathom what excuse Delio Rossi could have for not playing you last Sunday. Your efforts this season alone should warrant you a starting 11 position every game. Keep your head up, sir. As a collective unit, we need to decide, rather Lazio needs to decide, if truly we are for real this year or content to be mediocre and bear the fruits of what little rewards mediocrity brings in the Serie A. It's time to get over this derby loss. We're not going to sulk about it anymore. And it's time they proved it to us. Thank you again for listening, and Forza Lazio.